Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Bear Punch! Into the Grizzly Maze stars James Marsden, Billy Bob Thornton, and is directed by David Hackle. Guys, I've stated earlier, if you recommend a movie to me, I'll watch it and possibly review it. One of my good buddies, Ryan Hester, recommended Into the Grizzly Maze to me, and so I said I'll watch it and I'll review it. So Ryan, this one's for you. Guys, I remember when I was about maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I saw this movie called Grizzly when I was a kid, and I remember it scared the crap out of me, and I ate way too much candy, and then I was throwing up all night. That's really all I remember. I don't even remember the movie that much. I just remember it was scary as hell. After the success of Jaws, they tried to capitalize on this whole creature feature thing, and they came out with the remake of King Kong, they came out with Grizzly, and other movies. Even Alligator was one of them. And pretty much all of them were bad, except for Jaws. So in Into the Grizzly Maze, James Marsden plays Rowan. He has just gotten out of prison. He was locked up for 7 years, and he comes back. So Rowan reunites with his brother Beckett after a few years, and they constantly butt heads throughout the movie and fight, and they are in search of Rowan's friend who was killed by the grizzly at the beginning of the movie. Guys, this movie was hilarious, would be a good word for it. It wasn't meant to be hilarious, but it's really funny. It's pretty much the Jaws 4 of Grizzly movies. But it's like they skipped the good Grizzly movie and then the other 2 sequels. And that's one of the things I liked about the movie. The acting is decent, but you just don't give 2 craps about any of these characters whatsoever. They are all just so expendable, and you want the bear to completely just obliterate them one by one. You can't wait for them to die. I actually enjoyed Billy Bob Thornton in this movie. He kind of played the Quint character in the movie. He's the guy that he walks through the forest with a white horse. A white horse. And he's constantly warning these idiots about the dangers that await them in this 1,500-pound grizzly bear. And they just keep on going, and he follows right behind them like an idiot himself. I also really, really enjoyed the third act of this movie. Like I said, it's unintentionally funny. Every time the bear kills somebody, you are cheering. I literally laughed out loud. And I think it helps if you watch this movie with a group of people, because I watched it with a few people, and every time the bear killed somebody, we cheered. It was great. It was funny. I loved it. But I gotta warn you guys, you need to stay with this movie. It's almost painful for, I'd say, a good 30, 45 minutes. But then there is a scene where a park ranger is reaching into a car, and then the bear comes up behind him. Bear punch! And he just pretty much punches the shit out of her. That scene caught me off guard, and I busted out laughing louder than I've ever laughed before. It was just so freaking funny. From that scene, I had a blast with the movie. Guys, this is the Troll 2 of creature features. It's really just that bad and that funny. But I have to give it credit, at least for me. It's not bad in the way that it's just boring all the way through and you're not having fun with it. You actually have fun with this movie by the end because it's just so ridiculous. It's also hilarious how stupid Thomas Jane is in this movie. You remember him, he played the Punisher. It's like he's in love with these grizzly bears. I'm not saying, I'm definitely an animal lover. I'm not for killing off the animal population or anything, but the way he is in this movie is just overbearing, and it's just really funny. Because through the whole movie, you got this huge grizzly bear that's just, I mean, not just killing people, I mean ripping them to shreds. Thomas Jane throughout the whole movie is like, don't kill it, please don't kill it. It's like he had a love affair with a bear in a past life or something like that. Guys, because of how ridiculous and funny this movie is, I'm gonna give it a humdrum. If it didn't have all those really funny moments, then I would definitely give it a 2 hours lost. But it's a humdrum for me. I ended up having a good time with it. It was funny. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but it's funny. Bear punch! So guys, if you have seen this movie, it's definitely a direct-to-video movie. It's nothing that came to the theaters. But if you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and Humdrum out.